And next speaker, Maria Corsini. Maria Corsini is a marine biologist working in the Hellenic Center for Marine Research in a hydrobiological station of Rhodes in Greece. She works on reception species from several years. She is curator of the Rhodes Aquarium in Greece, which is a Mediterranean aquarium, becoming gradually a tropical aquarium.
Good afternoon to all people. I will speak about a serious problem which is happening in our sea, in the Mediterranean Sea, and about our study at the hydrobiological station. As you know, cominciamo bene. The Greek seas are considered have a temperate climate with a winter temperature between 12 and 17 degrees, and in summer between 20 and 30 degrees, and generally high salinity between 35 and 34 and 4 per mil. But in Greek seas there are a lot of alien organisms. In total, we have found in the marine and estuary water 192 alien organisms, which belongs to various groups. And we will speak about the fish. Up to date, there are 42 species between marine and estuarine. The Hellenic marine ichthyofauna, in its total is temperate ichthyofauna, but it shows a higher percentage of thermophilous species in the warmer South Aegean Sea, the Dodecanese continental shelf included, compared with the North Aegean Sea. In total, there are listed 480 fish species, classified into Atlanto-Mediterranean species, cosmopolitan, endemic, and non-indigenous species, as in all the Mediterranean Sea. The non-indigenous fish species, I wrote before that there are 42 species, 34 are ascertained and established in our water, while other 8 are not certain, and they are mainly in estuaries. The non-indigenous fish species belong to new colonizer of Atlantic origin, human-introduced species, in particularly due to aquaculture activities, and alien species, true alien species of Indo-Pacific origin, which entered into the Mediterranean via the Suez Canal. Here it is the list, and you can see that about the Indo-Pacific species, from 99 to last year, in 10 years, we have registered 15 new alien species of Indo-Pacific origin in the southeastern Aegean Sea in particular. Sometimes, as for example, a species Tilarius spinosissimus, a small tetraodontid. It was only a single species before up to the winter of this year, but we have found another specimen, so maybe it is established in our area. The Chronicle of Alien Fish Introduction shows that in the last 20 years we had a very high increase of registration of localization of new species, and as you see in the second figure, the major part in the last 10 years can be classified as tropical species following frozen Pauli. All these alien species, marine fish, belong to 24 families, and they have introduced 7 new families in the Hellenic ichthyofauna. In this figure, you can see that the major part of the Indo-Pacific fish species are established in the southeastern corner of the Aegean Sea. And around Rhodos we know 28 species, and the other 3 were identified on the Turkish water coast. So together, in the same region, marine region, there are 31 Indo-Pacific fish species. But we have also 3 alien species of fish of Atlantic origin, as for example Spheroides pachygaster. So I can say that in Europe the marine waters of Greece are the most subjected to Indo-Pacific alien invasions, especially the area around Rhodes, around the aquarium of Rhodes, with, to be more precise. The water masses around these islands belong to the biogeographical Lesepsian province, which was named by Poor in 1990. They are considered as the most important gate for Indo-Pacific fish species entering and establishing in the Aegean, but not only in the Aegean, but the main pathway of spreading westward. So you can see in this figure, for example, that we have 31 species known in our sea, but they are in common 17 with the African coast, and already 10 of these species have reached the Adriatic, and other 10 and 7 the central Mediterranean, and the well-known Fistularia commersoni which has reached French, Spain, and also south of Spain, and the Ligurian Sea, all the Tyrrhenian Sea. Among all these fish, this is a simple table. The major part, some species are abundant, but and also useful. They have commercial importance. But other species are abundant, but not important commercially. Spheroides pachygaster, which is of Atlantic origin, Stephanolepis diaspros, Pteragogus pellicus, a small labrid, Fistularia commersoni, Lagocephalus suezensis, and the Lagocephalus scelleratus, which is the fish I will speak about now. What happened with the tetraodontid in Greek sea, in Greek water? I said that we have one indigenous species, that it is Lagocephalus lagocephalus, a non-indigenous species of Atlantic origin, Spheroides pachygaster, and 5 species of Indo-Pacific origin, Lagocephalus scelleratus, Spadiceus, Torquigener flavimaculosus, Lagocephalus suezensis, and Tillerius spinosissimus. All are well established, and we can see in our area that except Lagocephalus scelleratus, also the other species are increasing their population. The first record of Lagocephalus scelleratus was reported in the water of Rhodos, and in 2005, and immediately published this record. As you can see, between the 2003, when it was recorded in Turkish water, in the Aegean Turkish water, up to date, up to the 2008, all the Aegean Sea was invaded by these species, and also the Levantine coast, the coast of the Levantine basin. But in the Aegean Sea, the new the new phenomenon was that this species was able to arrive very quick up to the north water of the Aegean Sea. It means that it was able to overpass the isotherm of 14 degrees, as you can see in the graphic down. And not only, but in 2009, it appeared in the Ionian Sea. So we can be prepared to see this fish also in other seas of the Mediterranean. And the population explosion of this species appeared in 2007 in the Aegean Sea. So we have, as you know from the European Union, there is a regulation which prohibits to consume fish of various families because they contain toxin, as you know, also tetraodontide. So we were involved at our station and also in all the Hellenic Center for Marine Research in a very large campaign of information, first of all to inform authority, Ministry of Public Health, Agriculture, Environment. So we wrote a lot of documents to send everywhere when we know what happened in our water. And also we have a lot of work with the newspaper, local, national, television, and so on. This fish is a special phenomenon because we found now a lot in a large quantity with all the method of fishing, with boat seining. I put here an example of quantitative on 12 kilogram of biomass total. The 20% was represented by Lagocephalus scelleratus. Also it is caught with a trammel net. In these figures also it's clear that in our region we have a lot of alien species. There are Siganus luridus, Fistularia commersoni, and Lagocephalus scelleratus, and very few of the other native species. And in this case, for example, we had about 50% were Siganus luridus, and 25% Lagocephalus scelleratus, and the 10% Fistularia commersoni in biomass. So you can understand some species as siganid are commercially important, but other species are we have to put away as Lagocephalus, and the Fistularia is not Greek people in the south of the Aegean Sea doesn't like this. We can eat it, but it is not taste good for Greek. We can also fish this fish with fishing line everywhere. He lives everywhere, and I can consider now that it is a pest these fish, these species. We began to study something about the biology. We have also begin a program to study the impact of alien fish in our area. And so you can see that the growth is lightly allometric. We found that it reproduces during summer. We are at the beginning now too. He preferred the shallow sandy water, but generally we can find it everywhere, and also at high depth, differently from other alien fish. The adults duel near the bottom and feed on cephalopods, mainly Sepia officinalis and octopus, but also on crustacean and benthic fish as Synodus saurus. And the young specimens feed prevalently on small benthic invertebrate, searching food into the sand. It is clear that this animal has an impact very negative on biodiversity, on public health, and on economy. Because we speak about the introduction of new species may increase biodiversity in some region of the Mediterranean, but in this case this species is really a very large, a very big problem. The size is up to 70 centimeters and it reaches 6-7 kilos. And we found it everywhere. Why this such as in particular of tetraodontids and in particular of Lagocephalus scelleratus? Scelleratus, as you know, it means a very bad person. It is from the Greek, ancient Greek and Latin, and it is true. It is a very bad fish in this case. Their success could be attributed to a combination of factors: ability of adaptation to the new ecosystem, overcoming environmental impediments, temperature, salinity, currents, and occupying available and diversified niches. They could have life history strategies and food habitats which help to their success. For example, Lagocephalus scelleratus, we have observed that it forages in group, and each individual eats a piece of the food offered. And this is a good an advantage for the fish. They are aggressive in the field. They have adaptation, anti-predator adaptation, like the inflation of the body, toxicity. Maybe they have some way to borrow the body somewhere, as it was observed in another tetraodontic Torquigener flavimaculosus. It seems that there is no predation and no competition finally, because the population is very, very large. Oh, non toccare, don't touch anything, please, Mariolina. And another reason may be very important is the increase of the Aegean seawater temperature, together with other factors, oceanographic phenomena, which are difficult to explain, but exist some change in the currents and everything in the water. And these phenomena could have contributed to the enhancement of their introduction, establishment, and spreading, favoring the dispersion of their planktonic eggs and larvae. I can show you this figure. In the second one is the results of the study made by oceanographic scientists. The surface seawater temperature of the Aegean Sea resulted increased of 2 degrees in the last 10 years. Yes, 10 years from the 99. Yes, 10 years. And up there is some data from our station, in which you can see that, for example, there are local situations, which enhance which favor the establishment of the hive and the establishment of warm thermophilus species, due, for example, to the temperature. High temperature at deeper water as usual. For example, in 2007 and 2008, we measured the profile of the temperature, and as you can see, we had 25-26 degrees. The thermocline was very lower in relation to all the other previous year, and we had 25-26 degrees at 50 meter depth. So this may help also this type of animal. What happened in the aquarium? We thought it is, yes, I finish. It is a very abundant species. It is not marketable, not useful, and it was reasonable to be used at least in the aquarium, both for exciting exhibit and educative purpose. I said that it is aggressive in the field, but it seems a scared animal in captivity. It is difficult to develop a sort of anthropophilia with him. He doesn't like movement of the person around between the water and if there are glasses. Having an open mouth to constantly suck water, it bumps against glasses, and up to now attempts to show to the public these species failed. The small specimens naturally are more easy to maintain, but larger may need larger volume, and maybe our tanks are not enough big for these species. In curatorial tanks of glass covered with plastic black, or in plastic tanks, it is not difficult to maintain this fish. It eats squids, fish and shrimps, and we saw that one specimen of 11 centimeters doubled its size in 1 year. Just a small 2-second video to show what happened in a glass tank of this animal. And so our native fish became few in relation to all the alien fish we have around at the aquarium of Rhodos. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Maria. Some question, one question? No, thank you.
Thank you.